You ever hear the Pope is infallible? That is something that goes with the office of Pope. Something being infallible. What does infallible mean? Okay, above error, or
Without question.
cannot make a mistake. So when we say the Pope is infallible, does that mean the Pope can never make a mistake in his entire life? What does it mean? We just said he's infallible. He can't make a mistake.
Only when he's acting.
He's human.
Yeah, he's human. Okay?
When he, I don't have vocabulary for it, when he's making a decree, when he's acting in unison with the body of the bishop.
Okay, that's probably an ecumenical council. Okay? But the Pope by himself, he has the gift of infallibility. Okay, and this is what we believe in our church. But in what cases is he infallible? When he cannot make a mistake.
Christian.
What's that?
Christian.
Well, Christian, yeah. But in what regards? If he's talking about a chemistry problem, is he infallible?
Yes.
Huh?
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably definitely not. Okay. What a matter, an engineering problem. Would he be infallible in that? Okay. In matters of faith and morals. So it's a specific area where we say the Pope is infallible. And it just deals in areas of defining the faith. Okay? I want to throw something at you. A lot of people don't understand what we mean in the Catholic Church when the Pope is infallible. And let me just throw this out. Let's say, hypothetically, the Pope is infallible in terms of math. Okay? This is hypothetical. He's infallible in math. And we give the Pope a test with 10 problems on that math problem, on that math test. Okay? We're going to give him a test. 10 problems. And he is infallible in math. And you give it to the Pope. In order for him to be infallible in the Catholic understanding, when he gives you back that test, how many of these is he going to answer for you?
100%.
To be infallible, how many is he going to answer?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
No, that's not the right answer. How many of them does he have to answer to be infallible in the Catholic understanding of the word infallibility?
One.
That's how many he has to answer to be infallible. A lot of people think when the Catholic Church means the Pope's infallible, he's always going to give the absolute positive answer. But the Catholic understanding of the Pope being infallible, he cannot teach error. That's what the Catholic Church means when he's infallible. He cannot teach error. So hypothetically, if you gave the Pope a 10-question math problem, and he turned it back to you blank, did he answer anything wrong? No. This is the Catholic understanding of infallibility. He cannot give a wrong answer. And when we look in the course of history, there are times when a pope probably could have made a definitive statement on something, but he didn't. But that is still infallibility because he's not teaching error. That's the key. Doesn't teach error. So, you got that? A lot of people don't understand this. Not I blew your concept of the Pope out of the water, right? So many non-Catholics have a misunderstanding. I want you to know this so you can tell them. And one thing also, when we say the Pope is infallible, he cannot teach error when he's speaking in a certain situation on faith and morals. Don't confuse infallibility with impeccability. Do you know what impeccability means? You're perfect. Some people think the Pope is impeccable. Is the Pope perfect? Cannot sin? He's human. And he can sin. And when we look in the history of our church, some popes really did sin a lot. But that doesn't negate the gift of infallibility. Okay? And bishops. No, Catholic Church uses the title bishop. Do you know bishop is used right in the Bible too? Can we go to Titus chapter 1, verse 7 through 9?
For a bishop, as God's steward, must be blameless, not arrogant, not irritable, not a drunkard, not aggressive, not greedy for sordid gain, but hospitable, a lover of goodness, temperate, just, holy, and self-controlled, holding fast to the true message as taught, so that he will be able both to exhort with sound doctrine and to refute opponents.
For a bishop. You see they're already using the word in the Bible? They're calling the office of bishop in the Bible already for this particular ministry. It bugs the living daylights out of me when some non-Catholics tell Catholics we're not Bible Christians. There it is right in the Bible, folks. Bishops is in the Bible. And it says that is a ministry of the church. Okay? And so, this office is passed on from the apostles all the way down to 2008. It's called apostolic succession, where they lay hands on another bishop and the authority transfers down. Okay? Any other questions on bishops? I spent a lot of time on this one. I wanted to show you where it comes from. It comes right from the apostles. And this is how we have one level of authority in our church. Okay. The second ministry that was on our question. We had bishops. What was another? Priests. Our second level of ordained minister. The word in Scripture used for priests, you haven't heard of this? Presbyter? Or presbyter? Presbyter, I think. That's the word used in Scripture to identify this other office called a priest. And since we're Bible Catholics, right? Let's go to the Bible. Can we go to Acts chapter 14, verse 23?
So when they had appointed elders in every church and prayed with fasting, they commanded them to the Lord in whom they had believed.
Okay. Let me just throw out another one. Titus chapter 1, verse 5.
For this reason I left you in Crete, so that you might set right what remains to be done and appoint presbyters in every town as I directed you.
There's that word again, presbyters. Priests. Appointing presbyters or priests in every town. So priests. What is the job of a priest? We had Oregon, Cascades. This is the diocese of Baker. So there's a bishop overseeing this entire diocese. What is a priest's responsibility? A parish. So within a state, you have parishes. Right here in Klamath Falls, how many parishes do we have? 2. What are they? St. Pius and Sacred Heart.